Fine. This is Elroy Edwards, Luton Table Tennis Club, and you want to know how the club started?
Yes.
To be honest, I was listening to Muta Baruka. Muta Baruka is a Jamaican radio presenter and a dub poet. And I was listening to one of his programs, and he said he was having a go at the Jamaican politicians. And he said they are doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. Now I decided to research that saying. And when I researched the saying, it was credited to Albert Einstein. And what it says was the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. So I started questioning myself because at the time I had a shop, Flyers and Ticket HQ, and I was doing promotion, reggae promotion, dances, etc. And it wasn't going the way I wanted it to go. So I had to question myself. Remember the statement said the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. So I started asking myself the question, am I insane? Am I mad? And I says, no, I'm not. So I says, I've got to change it. And I've got to change it today. It cannot be next week, it cannot be next month, and it cannot be a New Year resolution. So I asked myself a question. I says, how can I change? For me to change, I need to change my social circle. And what's the best way for me to change my social circle? What's the quickest way? And I thought of boxing and table tennis. And I said I didn't want to go back into boxing. I'm an ex-professional boxer. Whatever I do, I like to be involved. And I didn't want to take punches in my head at 44 years of age, yeah? So I said I'm going to do table tennis. And what I did, I got on the computer and I started researching table tennis club. And I found Vauxhall Table Tennis Club, and that was based at Venue 360. And I can't remember what day it was, but whatever day it was, the following Monday, I went to Venue 360. And I started to train, I started practicing. And they saw how good I was. And they wanted me to play in the Premiership. I said to them, no, I'm going to start in Division 1 and I'm going to work my way up in the Premiership. And as I was there, I realized something. There was no youngsters. At 44 years of age, I was one of the youngest in the club and one of the youngest in the entire Luton and District Table Tennis League. And I said, I've got to do something about that. And I asked the management to start 1 hour early and I could get youngsters in to train. They wasn't interested. So I decided that to go on my way to find somewhere where I can start training, table tennis training. And I went to Luton and Dunstable Hospital because they had a social club there, plus they had a table tennis team. But the problem there is it's only one night of the week. And that wasn't good enough for me. So at the time, I was already at Lucy Farm Learning Center. I was there doing a promotion called Reggae Friday. And I saw the opportunity and I said to myself, nothing much was happening. So that there would have been the perfect place for me to establish a table tennis team. And I asked Roy Ferran, who was to approach the center manager, which he did, asked her if I could establish a table tennis club, somewhere that I can teach table tennis. And I didn't hear much about, I didn't get the feedback at the time. And one day she came to me and she said, Elroy, why don't you start coaching boxing? Because I used to teach boxing there before. And I said to her, no, I don't want to do boxing, I want to do table tennis. And she said to me, nobody does table tennis. Nobody does. No one has ever been here asking for table tennis. And I said to her, if I start table tennis, you will see. And what I did, I established a table tennis club, Luton Table Tennis Club. And for the first year, it was only a training venue. The second year, I had 6 teams. The third year, I had 10 teams. And the following year, I had 11 teams. And I've got youngsters playing in the Luton and District Table Tennis League, youngsters as young as 7 years of age. We played in the National Cadet League, National Junior League. I had a young lady at 13 years of age. She represented Bedfordshire in the under 13s, the cadets, under 16s, and in the ladies. And I put a lot of work into developing Luton Table Tennis Club. So much work, a lot of promotion, Facebook marketing, and reaching out to people and taking videos, recording sessions, uploading them on YouTube, uploading it on Facebook. You know, just basically promoting what I do. And you know, people see what I do and like what I do. And that's the story of Luton Table Tennis Club. And it continues, and it will continue to more success. Well, to be honest, most of what I do is not through funding. I've been funded in the past, minimally, and not frequently. What I would love to have is a purpose-built table tennis club, where, because there's a lot of table tennis players in Luton, a lot of youngsters would love to partake in the sport. So what I would say is, I'm looking out for this perfect venue, a venue that is more dedicated to table tennis and dedicated to youngsters. The league, the table tennis league generally, when you have a match, on average, it would finish 10:30, 11 in the night, 11 p.m. And most of the venues don't finish, most of the venues close long before that time. So I'm reaching out to anybody who could help in finding funding to find that venue. We know there's a lot of venue out there, a lot of venue closed down even because of COVID. So I'm saying Luton Table Tennis Club is reaching out to whoever out there who could assist in developing Luton Table Tennis Club, developing the youngsters.